It's a box and a lid. Thank you, no enemies here.
Games and 1985 Deadly Northern Lights. Deadly Northern Lights covers the Warsaw Pact offensive against the Nordic countries during the dramatic events of World War III. And what you get with this game are 3 98 by 65 centimeter maps and 2 smaller maps depicting Scandinavia and surrounding areas, 1,600 counters, 44-page rule book, 40-page scenario designer note booklet, 2 table booklets, 10 player aid charts, and 2 dice. Victory Point Games, the new Victory Point Games. So, I went on their site, so you don't have to go, right? And I went to check on their upcoming games, because you know Victory Point Games was sold, right? It used to belong to Alan Emmerich, now it belongs to a conglomerate of people. So upcoming games. So they give you a description of what is remastering. Okay. So you may see titles you're familiar with on our upcoming list. Great. These titles are the ones we intend to remaster. Remastering could include updated art graphics, clarified rules, upgraded component quality, yeah. And these will vary by title, obviously, and it's great that they're gonna reprint some of these games. But then there's a disclaimer, and it says, pictures below reflect the previous printing of the game and do not necessarily reflect future editions. So basically they're saying this is what we have, but you might not get it. Whatever. So here we go. Cruel Necessity. Yep, new updated cover, looks really nice. This is a game designed by John Welsh and published by, obviously, Victory Point Games. And Habsburg Eclipse. I actually have that game. This is a game by Darren Leveloff. It's a State of Siege game. I like it. It's just a lot of fun, okay? It's just a lot of fun. I like the game. You're gonna like it too. Also, Ottoman Sunset. They don't go hand in hand, but they can go hand in hand because on the map, on each corner, there's a little railroad, that crosses over. So you call these crossover games, whatever. So I'm assuming this is Darren Leveloff. Ottoman Sunset. Maybe it's going to be reprinted. And Zulus on the Ramparts. Yep, love the game. Can't say anything bad about it. I just love it. Okay? Then they have Keep Up the Fire. This is about the Boxer Rebellion. Yeah, I don't know. Was that a good seller? I don't know. I guess. Chapeau. They have Cuba, The Splendid Little War by designer Javier Garcia de Gabiola. Sounds very Italian, by the way. I don't know anything about the game, but this is what they have potentially available. Then Hero of Weehawken. I don't know. It's a solo game, or the solitaire gameplay. This is from the Historic Gaming Series number 6. And also Empires in America, a solitaire State of Siege game. It's the conflict in North America between the French and the British. Really? The French and the British? They're like the Hatfields and the McCoys? Who knew? I mean, I live in Quebec. I never heard that. And more, they say. So you know what? Check out Victory Point Games on their site. And I don't know, if you want a certain game, bug them. And maybe it's going to happen again. Historical Wargamer reviews Storm in the East, The Battles of Borodino and Leipzig, a historical card game by Christopher Moeller, published by Compass Games. And Sous Vide Everything does Cajun Steak Bites, most flavorful steak ever. Hey, it's my channel. Capiche?
Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurion's Review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review Institution. Since we're all isolated at home, as you all know, not every member of the family plays war games. So I've been, in addition to playing a lot of war games while I'm isolated at home, I'm also playing some family games. This is Zen Garden. This is from Mayfair Games. Essentially what goes on in this, it's a puzzle game. You have to, you get a card which says what pattern you have to create, and so does your opponent, and you place tiles, and the first person to create 2 of that pattern wins. I'm doing a review of this on my website, something a little new. Normally I just review war games, but once in a while I'll do a family game. And the next thing we have here is War of the Worlds from Dan Versen Games. I've done a first thoughts video on this. What a first thoughts video is it's not an unboxing. What it is I play the game once, and then after one game I just give my thoughts about it. It's not a review or anything. A review, you would play the game multiple times before developing an opinion. So I just give my opinion after one game, and who knows, after I play this more times my opinion may change a little bit, but so far it seems okay. And on YouTube, I'm doing a first look video at the Siege of Syracuse from 415 to 413 BC. From Turning Point Simulations. Looks like an interesting game. It has a mounted map, which is unusual for a Ziploc game, and it's part of the 21 game series from Turning Point Simulations. All 21 of these games are turning points in various wars. So eventually I'll review this and let you guys know how it is, but you can see this video to see what the components look like, and I go over the sequence of play and so forth too. And I'm also doing a first look at the Dutch Revolt from 1566 to 1609. This is from 2003. I believe it's from Microgame Design Group. This has a table where you can keep track of your religious affiliation, whether you're leaning towards Catholic or Protestant, which is something I haven't really seen in any other war games before, so that seemed kind of interesting. And the last game we're doing a first look at is a game we actually reviewed about 3 years ago. It's the Marcher Lords, the Norman Conquest of Wales from Microgame Design Group. It was alright. It had some issues with the Normans constantly losing, but the rules themselves were good. Anyhow, I hope to see you guys soon on our website and on our YouTube channel. Stay safe.
And GIMPY, the GIMPY Gamer, is reviewing Undaunted Normandy, a game published by Osprey Games and obviously designed by rookie, new kid on the block, Wayne Gretzky-ish type guy, David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin. Also, GIMPY is doing Conflict of Heroes Campaign 3 Part 4 and the winner announcement. Tag! The Itinerant Hobbyist is doing a live bolt action Market Garden. The Oaken Night continues his playthrough of Drive on Gießen Day 1 late AM engagement and summaries. Drive on Gießen is the expansion pack of World at War 85 Storming the Gap, designed by none other than Keith Tracton. And he also unboxes The Fulda Gap. This is a game published by Compass Games and designed by Adam Starkweather. You want to know what's happening on the big board? I'll tell you what's happening on the big board. Kevin Big Man in whatever has a couple of videos out on Death Right Salerno, a game designed by Christopher Fasulo and published by Grognard Simulations. Also, Kevin chit-chats and sets up Deadly Northern Lights and Plan of the Day. Deadly Northern Lights is a Thin Red Line game designed by Fabrizio Vianello. And Tim of Harebrained Games is playing a Euro game. Yes, that of which shall not be spoken of. Forgotten Waters. AJ Toynbee of Hexes and Soldiers takes a bike ride along Lake. And you know what? I wanted to hear him say it because, you know, I'm an educated man and well-versed in languages. Well, the languages that I know, obviously. So he takes a look at, as what he might say, Pontchartrain. But it ain't that. It's Pontchartrain. Learn your history. And also, Tattoo Man gives us a book review called Grunt. And this is a pictorial report on the U.S. infantry's gear and life during the Vietnam War, 65 to 75.
Hello, Duce. Uwe Eichert from Academy Games here. And I want to say hello to all the viewers and fans for No Enemies here. It is now Friday, April the 17th. It is snowing like crazy outside. We have about 6 inches. Just got in from with the dog doing a good hike through the snow. And Ziggy's kind of pooped over there, freezing the butt off. We're having quite a challenging time the last 2 months here at Academy Games, but actually pretty good. Duce said, hey, why don't you give an update how things are going for you? How's life treating? Is everything doom and gloom? And as a matter of fact, no, I think we and many of the other war game publishers are really doing quite well, probably for reasons that people really don't think about. For us, our sales are down probably around 50% overall in sales numbers because of all the distributors, Alliance, ACD, everybody's shut down. Our wholesalers, our reps, PSI shut down. German importers, England, Asmodee UK, Enigma, all these shut down. Even when we're trying to ship our games from Germany to like Austria, places like that, they've got the borders closed. So our sales have been down about 50%, but we, since a majority of our sales are through the wholesale distribution, which gives us big numbers, of course we have lighter or much tighter margins. But our sales now that the main distribution is down and shut down, our sales through our website and Amazon have over doubled. Thank you, everybody. And our margins, of course, even though our prices through our website and online with our bundles are much less than through normal wholesale distribution to our end users. They get better deals this way, going from us direct. We actually make much bigger margins because we don't have the reps, the wholesalers, everybody in the middle eating up the money. So even though our sales are down 50%, our profit and our income after expenses actually are up 10%, which is very good. But even better is everybody's healthy. We have not let anybody go. As a matter of fact, we actually put on another person over the last 6 weeks. Aldo, who is now doing full-time working on our maps. He's now working on finalizing the final little changes we want on our France 1940. And we are going to probably call that Blood and Tears, which is a great suggestion. Instead of calling Blitzkrieg France 1940, we felt that Blood and Tears from the great, incredible speech done by Winston Churchill. I believe that was on May 13th or so, or maybe May 10th, I forget, 1940, when he gave the speech when he was brought in as Prime Minister and gave the speech of blood, tears, toil, and sweat. And sweat doesn't sound good in the title of a war game, so we figured Blood and Tears, France, 1940. So thank you for that. Anybody think of a better idea, let us know. What really is so nice, though, I was going to be at 3 conventions this month. We were at the Allen Moon, going there. Then we had Cold Wars, great convention, or Little Wars in Chicago area, and then we had another convention that we were supposed to be at this week. And because of all the cancellations, we're actually getting a lot done. So everybody is working on, we've directed everything away from the going to the conventions and everything, and everybody, and that's why we had to hire another artist. We're just working on all these games that have been piling up on us. We worked not 24/7, but 12 hours a day, 7 days a week normally, and we just can't catch up. And for the first time, I've got my incoming emails under 700. Woo! It was 1,400 a month and a half ago. So we're really catching up. So I want to thank everybody for their great support. Our Conflict of Heroes, the Storms of Steel, and Awakening Bear 3rd Edition are almost sold out again. The second runs of both. We released them in February. The first 7,000 sold out in 2 days through main distribution. And what military sources and all took from us in 2 days. The second print run is almost sold out now. So we're down to probably just a few hundred left, which will probably last us another 3-4 weeks. And we've put in orders for more. The printers are now gung-ho, going full steam, which is great to hear for all of us printers. Shipping rates have skyrocketed. That is a scary part. Anything outside of the United States and Europe is getting very, very difficult to ship to. And of course, within China also from our Chinese distribution. But even for us just shipping, we shipped games to Brazil, which usually cost us maybe around $30, $40. We had to pay $110. $110. We never thought to think, oh, before you ship, did the prices change? So we shipped 10 games at $110 each and lost our pants on those. So sorry, Brazil. No more Brazil sales till this is over. But otherwise, life is great. Oh, and thanks all the great feedback we're getting from the fans out there. We are getting so much feedback and ideas for games. Phenomenal. We can't do our playtesting as much as we want to, but we are doing virtual playtesting. Well, mainly you're playing virtual D&D 5. So yeah, have that. Last thing I want to say is that Dan, I really appreciate the upbeat you give everybody once or twice a week with your shows and everything. So again, Uwe Eichert, Fremont, Ohio, Academy Games, I want to thank everybody for all their great help and input. Have a great week and stay safe out there.
Okay, OG, my man. Devin, I hope you're watching this because this is for you. And for everybody else, obviously. You know, a Buddhist once said, you want to learn how to live? Learn how to die. Makes sense. It's deep, but not deep, but it's deep. So, Caitlin Doherty of Ask a Mortician helps you out in that. Nah, I don't know her. And plus, I don't get any kickbacks from this. It's just, you know, me and Devin, we have a bromance happening about, you know, life as a mortician. So check it out. This time she talks about industrial type techniques of where to keep industrial amounts of dead people. That's the reality of it. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? She's going to talk about refrigerator trucks. It ain't a government conspiracy. You got to keep bodies cold, or else. And the gentlemen of the Player's Aid have a shellacking's worth of videos so far, one of them being an interview with Gregory M. Smith. They also review The Hunted, published by GMT, designed by Gregory M. Smith. And Alexander reviews Target for Tonight from Legion Wargames, and also from Legion Wargames, he unboxes Dien Bien Phu. Did Alexander actually expect me not to say something about this? Look, I'm not the most stylish man, you know what I'm saying? But, Alexander, have you lost your eyesight? Look at the shirt you're wearing. I mean, even in black and white. It's an abomination. Grant, help the guy. You know what I'm saying? Bloody hell. in these difficult times, we understand that Alexander, has a hard time seeing, being four-eyed, you know what I'm saying, wearing glasses. Nothing against people wearing glasses, but this guy over here, he comes from England, and he brings that style. I don't know, the English are obviously not known for their food, their tact. Well, tact, sure, but I mean, look at all the colonies. And their style of clothing, their sense of clothing. I'm Italian, right? I know food. I know style. Look, man, it's part of my DNA. This guy, I don't know, help him with the GoFundMe for his eye surgery because, poor guy, I don't know what to say. I work in mental health, so I understand, Anyways, help him out, people. And the OG, the original Grognard, has a video out on Lock and Load's key giveaway to Lock and Load Tactical. And also, talking about giveaways, I had a podcast, a video cast, whatever you want to call it, with Harold Buchanan a couple of weeks ago, and there was two people that won a t-shirt each, and I'm looking for these people. One is Patrick Garrett. Get in touch with me so I can give your email or your info to Harold. And Downriver Rick. Get in touch with me. Same thing. Alright? And the one and only Glory Hound takes a look at, actually does a playthrough of The Awful Green Things from Outer Space by Steve Jackson and One Page Bulge by Classic Pocket Games Bundle. Check it out. And the artist Matt White is showing you his 28mm English Civil War minis. And Compass Games was live April 13th, 2020 with John Krantz and a project update on the third World War series with special guest and project team member Chris Fawcett. Napoleon's Triumph is doing a quick wrap of his solo playthrough of the Devil's Horseman solo variant of Volko Rulke's Nevsky by Gordon J at BGG, and found at BGG a link where you can click on his site. Napoleon's Triumph site, that is, to go to BGG site. Gilbert Collins is in our nation's capital, Ottawa, and he's taking a look. Actually, he's doing a Gettysburg Project kind of thing. You have to check it out. Parts 1 to 5 with an epilogue and finale. And the man famously known as Calandale is back on track playing war games. This time he's playing Mississippi Fortress, a game designed by Gary Selkirk, published by Clash of Arms Games. The artist is Rick Barber. And the machine that is Jan Heineman from Let's Play History plays a shellacking's worth of games. He's playing Field of Glory 2, also continuing with Tropico 6 Viva la Revolucion, and Hannibal ad Portas with, again, Fields of Glory 2, and a versus game, Strategic Command World War II in Europe. Bare Bones Wargaming is taking a look inside the American Civil War game that covers the two campaigns around Richmond. The Late Unpleasantness. This is a game published by Compass Games. The Military Board Gamer is continuing his playthrough of Brazen Chariots by MMP. Wayne Hansen is playthroughing Lock and Load Tactical's tactical game, digital that is, and he's doing the Weapon Cache American versus Viet Cong. And also, he's playing the first Jihad tutorial and review and turns 1 to 5. Stephen Dolges continues his playthrough of World in Flames. He's in Case White Parts 2 and 3 scenario. Rough Swordsman's Wargamer is doing a playthrough of the Great Crisis of Frederick II from VUCA Simulations, and also continuing his playthrough of White Star Rising from Lock and Load Publishing, Part 5. Counterproductive Games is playing Halo Ground Command, The Battle for Reach. This is a game designed by Neil Fawcett and Derek Sinclair, published by Spartan Games. And ARDWULF is continuing his Brazen Chariots playthrough Operation Crusader Turn 2, also unboxing Napoleon's Wheel, and social distance wargaming with Victory Games' The Civil War. Whiskey Charlie was live on Mo's Game Table with none other than HOLLANDSPIELE's Tom Russell. Mauro Faina continues his playthrough of a Cataphract game, Ezio vs. Attila 7 of 7.
A game for gamers, made by gamers, by Flying Pig Games.
The Chief of Bonding with Board Games and Judd Vance were live with Hand Tag Light, top 5 war games from the 80s, COVID-19 social distancing. Judd and Bart list their top 5 war games from the 1980s, and prior to doing so, play some of their most favorite off-limits and into the Hand Tag Hall of Fame. And the Chief does a quick unboxing of Tranquility Base. This is a game designed by Van Overbay and published by Worthington Games. DVG was live giving us some updates on a Battle Pack Wave number 2, paper proofs, and a schedule update. Major Tom Solo's going through steps needed to set up a game of Warfighter Modern on Vassal. War and Pieces was live on BGG talking about Flying Pig Games. The Mary and Tom Show, where they talk about funerals and dinosaurs. Episode 99. Harold on Games has another 5-pack with guests such as designer Joel Toppin, gamer Bobby Factor, designers Tom Russell and Mark Miklos, and more. Another week, another show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking. Think about becoming a patron. Helps this channel tremendously in acquiring equipment to better my life. You know what I'm saying here? Anyways, or buy me a cup of coffee. Come on. Yeah. So I don't know how many months we've been into this COVID-19 thing. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope your families are good. One of my friends, his mom got it and passed the next day. That was quick. Look, play games. Write to me. I think Nathaniel wrote to me, or Joel Odu wrote to me and sent me something that I still have to check out and put it in. So, have a good week, people. Have a good weekend. Come on, man. Live, love, learn. What else is there? Ciao.
It's a box and a lid. Thank you, no enemies here.
I always want to know why someone doesn't want to play a war game. I want to go down deep in their psyche. So I took this opportunity to hide my cell phone in my house while my daughter was coming over, and I asked her the question. No, but have you ever played a war game?
I've never bungee jumped and I still don't want to.
So she's comparing opening up a box of cardboard, putting out some chits, to jumping off a cliff with a string attached on her. I just want to understand why you wouldn't play a war game.
I just want to understand why fruit scares me, but it doesn't make sense either.
Fruit scares her, right? So if she goes into therapy, it's going to take 20 years before she eats fruit. To play a war game, it takes half an hour! Say hi to the people from the Dice Tower. That's what I wanted to know.
That's not okay. Dad!
You see, I want to help her, and people like her. And how can I do that? Have them play a Worthington Publishing game. Last week, we played Shiloh. This week, Antietam, one-day battle. And what you get with this game is a Civil War Brigade battle series. These are the series rules. You get them in every Civil War Brigade battle series. So you read it once for Shiloh, you don't have to read it again. So you read the playbook and it tells you about the details of that battle. And what's cool is there's a detailed description of the commanders, the generals, and their subordinates. And if you're playing this game in a history class to learn about the Civil War, especially that battle, Antietam, you want to know who told who to go there to get obliterated. It's history. You get 4 counter sheets, 2 player aids, and a sincerely beautiful mounted map, 8 panels big. This is an old school war game, meaning that it takes from the previous games years before it, and Worthington Publishing makes it accessible and easy. Great game to get into. This game is as easy as Dominion. Let's go into the sequence of play. So this is an I go, you go type thing, right? So first player, he does his command phase. See this guy, bottom right, Doubleday? He's a general, so he can command up to 4 spaces away, his color only. So they're all within 4 spaces of the commander. That's it. That's it. Now it's your organization phase. What do? Well, you blow things up or you build things. That's it. Now it's your offensive artillery phase. What do? You fire the cannons. That's artillery. And now it's your movement phase. What do? Well, you move. See, I'm trying to be funny here, but what I want to say is that that's how easy it is. And combat, I've explained it in last week's video. It's that simple. Try this game. Give it a shot. I'll see you next week.